Welcome to my E34 Heaven. If we're here in the backyard, you probably know what's going on here. This is going to be an E34 collection update video and the introduction of a new and very special car. I'll save you guys the getup that I did for Instagram and we'll get straight to the cars. We have a sea of E34s beneath me and we're gonna go check them out, and by the end we're gonna get to the very special new addition here. Before we get into it, I have a total BMW mag from the UK, and I have a very cool article here of what looks like an Alpina. And you can see high 7 by plate, and there is a car out there wearing that plate, so let's go find it. All right, follow me as we go into the sea of E34s. Isn't this just the most beautiful sight of all time? To me, it is. I'm wearing the Alpina get up here, so you could probably guess what we're introducing here. I've been teasing it a little bit, but I've been pretty quiet about it. I've actually had this car for 6 months. Believe it or not, the self-control I had to ensue. I parked it in my shop, didn't touch it, put the cover on it. Finally, it's out and about. And I took this opportunity, or wanted to take this opportunity to go through and tour all the E34s, because some of these cars haven't been featured on the channel in a long time. If you guys know me, you know I absolutely love and adore E34s. It is my favorite BMW chassis of all time. And things have gotten a little bit out of hand, so we're gonna do a quick rundown here and go over each car really quick as a reminder, and then we will get to it. So to start here, this is the very first E34 that was ever in the collection. This is my Calypso Turbo 525. So I got this car, I bought it when I was a senior in high school working at a Hyundai dealership. I saved up 2,500 bucks and I drove to Kansas City and I bought this car. I could have bought it with M5 bumpers, M5 interior for 4,500. I didn't have any money at the time. I could only buy it without the M5 stuff. Regretting that now because we all know how much those parts are worth. But this car is on the OZ Mito wheels, Calypso red, black interior, and the fun is under the hood. This is a turbocharged M50 B25, precision 6266 turbo, 6262 turbo actually, and it is a stock unopened bottom end, just ARP head studs and an MLS head gasket, making 560 wheel horsepower, 586 torque. This thing is a monster. It is one of my most beloved E34s. It is a beater, but I love it for that. So this car will remain with me indefinitely for the rest of my life. It is that special to me. Here we have my Glacier Blue 525 5-speed S52 swapped. This is probably one of the first bigger builds I ever did on the channel. If you were here when this car was built, I appreciate you for still being here. So this car is probably one of the rare spec'd cars actually of the bunch. I like rare things, so I try to keep things rare, but I think this is unironically one of the rare cars here, not in terms of what it is, but just the color combo. So this is Glacier Blue on the outside, and it is Ultramarine Blue on the inside. Absolutely beautiful 90s quirky tacky color combo. I got gray suede headliner in here, ZF 5-speed. This car was my road trip car. So when I graduated college, I built this car to take across the country, and it was the trip of a lifetime. So it is S52 swapped from an E36 M3. I wanted it to look perfectly stock, so I got the M50's original manifold, intake, etc. It's a front mount battery because it's an early E34. But this is an amazing car, 95,000 miles. I put 7,000 miles on it on my road trip alone. And I unfortunately don't enjoy it or drive it as much as I should anymore, but nonetheless, it's still a special car in the collection. And it has a special story, and I had a lot of fun with this car crossing the country. Out of all the cars that are here, these are the two longest standing cars. Now we're kind of jumbled around and we're getting closer to what you guys know this video is about, so I'm gonna make you wait. This is gonna be very quick. This is the 3.7 535. Didn't even really need to be in this video because I don't really have any connection with it. I bought it to fix it, put the standalone. I am in the process of identifying why it's low on power, so there will be another episode on this, but that's all I got to say on that car. This right here is what was one of my ultimate dream E34s, and now I have to say with the new car, I've acquired both of my utmost dream E34s, which is a very surreal feeling. But this is my Daytona Violet 3.8 Euro M5. So this car is Daytona Violet on Hurricane Rain interior, not rain, Hurricane interior, which is like rain of the E30, so it's got the colors in there. It's the Alcantara, or I think they call it Amaretto or some weird name. It is right-hand drive. This car was imported from New Zealand, so it is a bit quirky. I've told a lot of stories on this car if you come around. So this car has the Kalaya plate on it because the original owner of this car was an emu farmer in New Zealand. Kalaya in Australian tongue means emu, so I wanted to pay a tribute to him, and I kept the plate, and I got a purple plate because it matches the purple car. It's a Nürburgring package car, so we have the staggered throwing stars, the EDC, bigger sway bars, and then obviously in the engine bay here, it is the glorious, glorious, glorious 3.8 S38. An absolute powerhouse and an amazing engine. This car is the package I wanted for an M5. It took a long time for me to get an M5, and everyone always said, where's the M5, where's the M5? It had to wait until it was this car. It had to be Daytona Violet. It had to be the Hurricane interior. The 3.8 is just a plus, but I don't think you could get Daytona Violet in America, so it had to be pretty much a 3.8 car unless it was early. I don't know when Daytona Violet came out, but nonetheless, I adore this car. This is also probably, well, ideally they're all forever cars, but you never know. But like I know for a fact I don't plan on getting rid of this. 180,000 miles, all original, never resprayed, nothing. Love this car. Now, we are gonna stop here really quick, and I know we're getting very antsy, but this is, and I feel bad because this car came in literally at the same time as what I'm gonna show you, and you guys already probably get it, but the other car is a lot cooler than this, so it overshadowed it. This is my B10 3.5. It's a Sitner car. It's not a Buchloa built car. Right-hand drive as well, imported from New Zealand. So I have two New Zealand cars, which is kind of cool. Laser blue, which is a great color. It's high mileage, and it is basically just a cloth, or not cloth, it is nature tan interior. So it's not like a Alpina Recaro or nothing like that. I manual swapped it. You guys probably saw on the channel. But it is a numbers matching, built by Alpina engine, obviously, built by Sitner. It is, I can't remember the number, but the Sitner 3.5s are actually pretty rare. There's, I think, only 80 of them. This car's been all over the world, UK to New Zealand to America. Not to say it's not a great car, but the other car will shadow it just a little bit. Before we get there, we have one other stop, so we will cover, and we will come over here to my nightmare of, well, actually, you guys know both these cars. So you guys know this car. Well, you know this car. The one back there, the black M5, that's the one with the destroyed engine that I just did an episode on. Car's not looking too good these days, but another story for another day. This is the 335,000 mile E34 M5. So this is what is gonna be a big restoration project for the channel. I know I've been saying that for over a year now, but I have some title paperwork that's worrying me, so I haven't wanted to get into it yet. And it's gonna cost me a little bit of money. So we will get into this. This is the brilliant red over black sport interior that's kind of destroyed. 336,000 original miles, still running, still driving, though not very good. Second gear's blown up on the trans, runs like crap. So it pretty much just goes from woodland to woodland until I have time to work on it. But rest assured, this winter we will get to it. And now we're running out of daylight, but now it is time for the finale. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is my new Alpina B10 BiTurbo. Probably one of my most dreamiest dream cars imaginable. And notice how I say dream car, not dream BMW, because there's dream BMWs and there's dream cars. This is a car that I have had that picture of the Concorde with the red BiTurbo on my wall for years. That has been a picture that has basically made me love Alpina, because I'm a big Concorde geek. But this is a car that I always thought I would never even see, let alone touch. So there's an old forum post, and it's actually pretty funny, called the E34 Kingdom. And it runs you through all the models and where they fall in the kingdom, right? There's the Village Idiots, which is like the 518 and the 520. There is the Queens, which is like the 540. There's the Kings, which is the M5s. And then there's an edit, and it is the Emperor, and that is the BiTurbo. And I'll actually read it to you guys because it is hilarious. If you've been in the E34 forums, you've probably seen this post. There is a myth that comes from deep inside the Black Forest in Germany, sometime in the late 80s, of a car known simply as the Emperor. It is godlike in its composure, angelic in its beauty. It's mentioned only in hushed tones and so evasive that those who have claimed to have owned one, let alone seen one, have been questioned as clinically insane. This is the Alpina B10 BiTurbo. I promise you guys I'm not clinically insane. Well, I probably am clinically insane because of what's going on here, but this is a real number 268 B10 BiTurbo. Now, not only is it a B10 BiTurbo, it is an individual. So it is, the paint in this lighting, you're probably not even do it any justice. This is Macau Blue Metallic. And if you've never heard of that color, it's probably because it only came on the Evo 2 E30 M3s, which is a very rare production car. Original paint, it is absolutely beautiful in the sun. And then the interior of this car is buffalo leather interior. So it is pretty much, this car as a whole is spec'd insanely well. We have the buffalo leather Alpina Recaros. You have the leather that extends into the headliner, which I have never in my entire life seen, ever. And then I'll actually take this for a second. You obviously have the door cards there. And coming inside, we have the Alpina shift knob. We have the Burlo wood everywhere, which this is actually a 1991, which is interesting because a lot of these features that this car has were not on 1991 535s. There is obviously our electronic boost controller. The plaque in there, you probably won't be able to see it. Let me get the light. There you go, BMW Alpina B10 BiTurbo 0268. So this is number 268 out of 507. It oddly enough has a stock steering wheel, which is bizarre. Electronic sunshade, which I'll show you guys right now. So you hit that button, and there you go. How cool is that? It is a little goofy, so it does make that noise. I will have to address that. But we have a cassette holder right here, power windows, obviously the power seats. It has a stupid keyless like security system right here. You can see there on our Alpina cluster. Actually, can you see better? There we go. So you got your Alpina gauges right here that basically tell your oil temp, coolant temp, and your turbo PSI and your oil pressure. We were gonna have a lot of videos on this car, driving it, playing with it, etc. This is a quick introduction of it, but it is a very cool, very special individual. And I will hand you guys back to my cameraman here. Now we'll go to the fun part and we'll check out the engine of this thing. We're running out of daylight, so I kind of have to hurry up. But again, this is a collection video / an intro video. There will be a full tech video on this car and a first delivery video, so stay tuned for that. But this is the amazing, technologically unprecedented twin turbo M30 B35. This car has full Bosch electronic turbo control. It has an electronic throttle body, which is absolutely crazy. This came on 93 535s and I think some 7 series, but for a 91, and this car came out in 89, they did not have this. So Alpina used this before BMW ever did. Obviously you have oil coolers, you have the water-cooled twin Garrett T25 turbos. This car makes about 360 horsepower and 385 foot-pounds of torque. It is a monster. Oh, coming over here, if you want to come around, this is really cool. So this car has a 2-fuel tune. I mean, the technology in this car, I think it was said that it cost Alpina about $3.2 million to develop in the 80s, which is insane. But if you come right here, this is your auxiliary relay panel on E34s or fuse box. You can see right here we have a 95 ROS and a 98 ROS. So this car has 2 fuel maps for high power or lower power. And you have this little fuse thingy here, and you switch it between when you want to go either I'm at a gas station that doesn't have good fuel, or I'm at a gas station with 98 and I can absolutely kill a Testarossa. So you switch it around. I'm actually gonna leave this in 98 mode for the next time I drive it. But like stuff like that is just insane, the technology. I was lucky enough to interview Andy Boven-Siepen, if you guys saw that video with the Zagato. That is the son of the founder of Alpina. And I asked him, what is his favorite Alpina model? Just like his dad, he said the B8 4.6, can't blame him. But he also said the BiTurbo, or the BiTurbo as they say. So it is very special to me to have this car. The fact that it's an individual is extremely cool. Only 507 in the entire world, an MSRP of about $100,000 in the late 80s, early 90s. To put that into perspective, the median home cost in America at that time was about 120 grand. So that is nuts to think about. You basically bought a house when you bought this car. It's, all right, let me see here. E34 M5, about $56,000. Double that, you could have a BiTurbo, add a little bit more and you could have a house. Just, I mean, absolutely crazy. So insane. But this is probably one of the most technologically advanced cars of the late 80s, early 90s. The tech that goes into it, which we'll have a full video on, is just nuts. Faster than a Testarossa in period, which really made a claim. The B7 Turbo obviously set a precedent for you know, hot, fast saloons, but then this thing came in and just took that and ran with it. The technology advancements are insane. It is just, it's a fighter jet with 4 doors, pretty much. I mean, we'll have our first driving video together, but take my word for it, it is a special car. One funny thing you'll also notice compared to the B10 3.5, one key difference. This car didn't get a wing. I don't know if only BiTurbo's got wings or what happened there, but if you look at the front spoiler here, you can see it is a solid spoiler, so there's no air panels through it. So it just says Alpina right there, and I didn't even know this until I got that car. But then the BiTurbo has a unique front spoiler. The BiTurbo has an airflow capable front spoiler. So instead of this being solid, it's got all these slats, and your big old intercooler sits right there, because this is obviously an intercooled engine. The quick glimpse I showed you guys of the magazine, this is the car from that magazine article by Total BMW Mag. It still has the high 7 bi plate, which is really cool. I love cars that have weird stories. This car traveled all over the world, actually. This car started obviously in Germany. It went to Canada, it went to the UK, then to the Netherlands. I bought it in the Netherlands and I brought it here to America. So this is quite a well-traveled car. Without going into too much detail, I found it basically at an online site in Europe with really bad pictures in a very dark, dingy warehouse. So it looked like a black car, and I was like, oh, it's a BiTurbo, that's cool. It's Macau blue. So I'll show you guys some pictures in the sun. Probably the prettiest color I've ever seen. When I first saw an Evo 2 in person, I was like, that is the most beautiful paint I've ever seen. And to have a BiTurbo, my utmost dream car, in that paint is absolutely insane. I think that's gonna be all on the BiTurbo for today. That is the 2025 E34 collection. It is out of hand, it is ridiculous, but I love these cars, and I've worked all my BMW life into knowing these cars. You guys have seen I've fixed a lot of crazy stuff, so I like to think I have earned my way to these E34s. But anyway, that is the B10 BiTurbo. If you guys made it to this far, thank you so much for watching. I didn't have a video last week because I was planning this out. This took a lot to corroborate, but I hope you enjoyed, and there will be a lot more on this car coming in the future. So I'll see you then.